What's up, and welcome to the weekly recap at Gaming News Show, where we go over everything from the previous week for those who might have missed it. I'm your host, Brave Shadow, and without further ado, let's recap. The Xbox Series X specs have been revealed this week and boasting truly next-gen features. Let's see what those are. So starting off, we have 12 teraflops, custom RDNA 2 and Zen 2 processor, HDMI 2.0. Now this is where we're going to get into the features because they're not really giving us a lot of hardcore specs this time around. So starting off, you have variable rate shading. This is making rendering performance vary at different rates across the image so that overall having a lot of shadows in an image or having a vast area doesn't work too hard on the processor and the GPU. Now, continuing on, we have hardware accelerated DirectX ray tracing. For those who don't know, it accurately recreates light and how it would be in reality. So with these shadows being at varying rates, you're also going to have this ray tracing that's going to make them look more realistic. Quick resume for multiple games, meaning you can start up, I don't know, Dragon Ball FighterZ when it gets ported over to the Xbox Series X, and then start up Halo and then still pick up where you left off with both games, which is going to be amazing. We got smart delivery that's going to be a feature on the Xbox Series X. Now this upgrades the quality of old games if there is an updated version of the game for the Xbox Series X. So for example, say you get Cyberpunk 2077, which CD Projekt Red has announced if you do purchase that for your Xbox One, once you've upgraded your console, you'll be able to upgrade that game as well free of charge. Now this won't support all games, this will be really up to the developer, so it's safe to assume any exclusives, which we already know Halo Infinite will be for the Xbox One, so when you get your Xbox Series X, it will also upgrade as well free of charge. So not only that, but you're going to have backwards capabilities, so meaning all 4 generations, so you can play all the games, granted, if they are supported. So that's the little kind of nuance thing there. Now they'll have a low latency mode, so basically your button presses are more accurate, variable refresh rate, which actually syncs the frame rate so that your screen or monitor can support it, minimizing screen tearing in game. Now, speaking of refresh rate, it's going to support up to 120 FPS, so that's going to be awesome. And most people on console rarely even get to see 60, so 120 FPS is going to blow people's minds. Now, what's really great about all of this is that it appears that Microsoft is learning from their lessons of last gen, or well, current gen now. They have proved a lot this time around, and they have a lot to prove, so I'm really glad to see that they're taking the initiative and really putting one foot forward and getting the whole next-gen consoles game started. Now, with the support of streaming your Xbox exclusive and other console games onto PC, it will be hard to make PlayStation gamers adopt, and even harder for PC gamers to adopt and get a Xbox Series X. Now, with that being said, Microsoft still wins in the end because you'll be paying for the subscription service to even be able to play them on PC to begin with. Though, this kind of goes into the philosophy that Phil is trying to get into when it comes to like Netflix, Disney Plus or Spotify. Now, in an interview, Phil Spencer said, "With the advent of Disney and Netflix and everyone else coming in, it has not lessened the number of devices. It actually has increased. The same is with music. Now, I have Spotify in my ear, and I have Spotify in my pocket. I have it at home, and I have the ability to connect my music to services across many different devices with different levels of fidelity. Large screen, small screen, stereo sound, and sometimes I listen to music with one earpiece only." Now, granted, it's the whole play wherever you want, choose how you play. It can be on PC, it can be on mobile, it can be on your Xbox. But with that being said, when it comes to mobile gaming or playing in other areas, I don't really think people will use it necessarily for that. I think it will be more something along the lines of, hey, we have multiple TVs, so we're going to stream to multiple TVs so you can have your Xbox in the living room, but say somebody can access it from their bedroom. And that alone is pretty nice. Now, when it comes to handheld gaming, that hasn't been the most successful thing for most people, as PC has had its fair share of trying to make, PC gaming mobile, and it's kind of, whimpered out over time. And then you've had the PS Vita and the PSP with Sony, which that line of products have died. And Nintendo seemed to be the only one that can really hone in on that market and actually thrive. But only time will tell if this will actually be something that will be good that they double down on. Now, to note with this, what would be really cool is if you're streaming to multiple devices, if multiple people can play. For example, I have 2 TVs. I got one Xbox Series X. We're playing a split screen game, but instead of it, splitting my own screen, it just takes one screen and puts it on the spare TV that it can stream to. Now, if that's possible, that is going to change gaming as we know it. That's going to be amazing, but who knows? Microsoft and CD Projekt Red and PUBG have all canceled their appearance at GDC because of the coronavirus, and that's possibly why we're receiving a lot of the news that we're getting right now for the Xbox. Now, will they do the same for PAX East? I don't know. Horizon Zero Dawn has had rumors surrounding its PC release, and we have talked about it here actually, though it seems someone in France has spotted a listing on Amazon France, though the validity of this can be questionable for the simple fact that it can be easily photoshopped, the fact that you can't go to the link anymore, so who knows. Baldur's Gate 3 has released gameplay and more this week, showing off its turn-based system and details regarding story, sharing a lot of similarities to D&D as it was an inspiration for this next installment. Now, the early access version will launch in the first act, and it won't really let you go beyond that. Now, the classes that are going to be available are the Fighter, Wizard, Rogue, Ranger, Cleric, and Warlock. Now, the date is still undecided, but it should be out sometime this year. Bungie unveils their revamped version of Trials of Osiris, so no more Trials of the 9, bringing back the armor sets from D1, because yes, I want my Warlock to look like Anubis again. Now, they're bringing back a lot of my favorite maps as well. Now, will this be enough to bring players back from the current content drought? As for myself, I didn't play any of last season other than just, the basic story of getting Saint 14 back into the tower. Now, I think I might pop in to play Trials, but I'm not sure if it's enough to fix the endgame. Though, another thing is being changed is the infusion system. Since people don't really deviate from the weapons they enjoy, Bungie wants to change that, forcing them to pick and choose and sacrifice as they are limiting the times you can infuse weapons. So, it's nice, but at the same time, if you have a god roll on a weapon, you might want to be careful how many times you infuse. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you want to be heard, drop a comment. And if you want content like this and more, subscribe. As always, be great to yourself, be great to others, and play great games. Thanks for watching. See you later.